What's up, everybody? William and Dan here, finally back from a small vacation from our community calls. We figured now that we're nearing launch, this would be a good time to start touching base with you guys again. Um, this isn't going to be just a one-off. We're going to start doing a series of calls. So yeah, this is the first one in a long time. This is May 30th, 2023. And yeah, without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and get started. What is on the agenda?
So the first update and recent news, in case anyone didn't catch it, we've added NFTs onto OmniFlix to give us some coverage on both of those platforms in the Cosmos ecosystem. Those NFTs are for the Muscarian ships, sort of the primary race of the universe, and they're going to be they're a little bit different than the Genesis ships that some of you guys are familiar with, but all fulfills kind of similar roles in terms of a freighter, fighter, and like a exploratory or a fast vessel.
Right, just to kind of elaborate on that. So the Genesis ships, they were, obviously they're rare. There's only so many of them, and the people that were lucky enough to actually purchase them on Stargaze are the ones that are going to have them. So good on you if you purchased those. But the Muscarian ships, again, are very similar. They're just not as badass, if you want to say. They're basically the ship that you get when you first join Cosmic Horizon, the game. So the little
Like a standard
foreshadowing.
ship, yeah, a
Right,
typical normal ship that one might get, or various tiers of those normal ships. But yeah, as you're saying.
exactly. So just a little foreshadowing. Those are going to be the ones that are available for any new players that join the game. So yeah, again, good on you if you got the Genesis ships. Cosmic Horizon Guru has been warning you guys, so heed his advice, please. Yeah, so cool. Let's see here. So that's the NFTs on OmniFlix. Oh, I just wanted to mention another thing. So unlike Stargaze, these are available in Osmo, or let's see, Atom. They're available in the brand new Flix, and they are available in Chihuahua. So if you guys have any of those tokens lying around, go ahead and jump on OmniFlix and grab yourself some NFTs. Cool. So the next exciting thing that we have is that highly
Launch update.
anticipated, yeah, the
Yeah.
launch. So we've been working and working and working and testing and for some reason we can't stop. We just continue to add new modules and just kind of customize everything that we need for our blockchain. But I think we're at the point, I know we're at the point now where we're going to launch the chain. We're looking at a June 15th launch, which is just around the corner. When you're watching this, probably about 2 weeks. If you're watching it in the future, you missed the launch. We're already live. So yeah, so we're communicating with the investors right now that invested in the token sale, and we're communicating with validators, Genesis validators, so everybody is on the same page and ready for launch. Did you
So
wanna talk about anything else related to the launch, William?
not particular, just that if you are a validator or you participate in the token sale, keep an eye on your email inbox.
Absolutely. So I
Just keep an
actually
eye
did
open on that.
I did just
Mhm.
send out a new investor email. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And as far as the validators are concerned, most communications done on the Qwoyn Studios Discord now. So for those of you who have kind of missed that, is we we have Cosmic Horizon, which is the game. And then we have Qwoyn Studios, which is the actual brand and the company that's building Cosmic Horizon. So we've separated those two entities out, and we've got a brand new Qwoyn Studios server. You should be able to easily find the link in our Cosmic Horizon Discord. If you don't, just reach out to us, and
And we can also
we'll
add it to the description of this video.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, oh yeah, oh we're YouTube now.
Slick.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So to join the server, just check the description down below and click the link and it'll get you into the Qwyon Studio server. Now, just a little bit on the server, it's not going to be as exciting, I would say, as the Cosmic Horizon server. This is strictly brand oriented. So any kind of future projects that we have, Qwyon network itself, those kinds of things are going to be discussed and announced.
You might, one thing to add is that more of the blockchain, the chain related stuff, the validators, things like that, are going to want to hang out in there as opposed
Yep.
to, yeah,
As opposed to like the Cosmic
the Cosmic
Horizon
Horizon
server.
one. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, so what's next? So we covered the launch, really exciting. We're going to be putting out tweets about that here in the coming days, and we'll keep updating you guys about that. Game status and update. Did you wanna take this one, William?
Yeah. I mean, game development is, it's ongoing. Although this last month, a lot of the more focus has been on prepping on for the mainnet launch and getting some of those things in a row, which we're about to talk about. It's the next topic. But it's actually looking, the cockpit's looking pretty good. The flight dynamics are coming along. Some of the functionalities are working now, and basically we have a tiny corner of the universe that's built, and within that zone, some of the core functionalities are working and getting tested. So yeah, things are moving along and looking nice. We'll put up some clips of that here real soon in a Coho video.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've been playing around with it just for fun. I just kind of like create planets and then I fly around them. Not to tease you guys. I get to play the game. So really, again, just to kind of reiterate, that's moving along, but our main focus, obviously, right now is getting that blockchain launched, getting the modules where we want them to be, and just really getting ready for launch here. So that being said, we want to introduce to you the Aquifer module. So the Aquifer module is something brand new that we kind of came up with. It was a few months ago, but our lead developer actually came up with this idea, and I fell in love with it. I told William about it, and we were just both blown away. So, ups to June for not only knocking this out, but also recommending it to us. You're a tremendous asset if you're listening. So the Aquifer, yeah, how it works.
So what is Aquifer?
What is
What does this
Aquifer?
module do?
What does it do? Right, exactly. So it's a liquidity bootstrapping module. It's completely decentralized and it is for the community to actually bootstrap their own liquidity. That's the very basic version of it. We can talk about how it works. So the way that this actually works is obviously it's all done on chain via ICA. So we're using brand new technology and communicating via IBC and ICA with the Osmosis chain itself. User contributes USDC, chain provides coin tokens to the user, and then chain actually puts USDC and the equivalent amount of coin tokens into the Osmosis LP. So this is all done in a decentralized manner. You just interact with the module via an interface that we're building, and liquidity starts being bootstrapped, which is actually pretty unique. I don't think anybody else is doing it exactly that way. So this is something brand new that Qwyon Network is providing to the community. Of course, because it's Cosmos, this is all open source, and any new projects are more than welcome to use this module for their own liquidity bootstrapping purposes. So it's kind of our little contribution to the Cosmos ecosystem.
And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about that, we just posted another blog post on Medium that specifically covers the Aquifer module. Just to add that I think this is a big challenge for a lot of projects. If you're not VC backed or have some source of significant funds to create that deep liquidity pool right at the gate, you sort of have to rely on some other techniques or tricks with incentives. But the module lets you distribute tokens to the community that wants to acquire them. So you've got an acquisition vector, and B, all the proceeds of those tokens that the users acquire go directly towards liquidity.
Yeah, so again, there's a companion document that William wrote up that you can find in the description down below and check it out. Also, of course, if you have any questions, please post them in the Discord. We will answer them right away, and if not, they might actually make it into our Q&A section that we're going to be doing at the end of each call. And that being said, let's get into the Q&A. So tons of questions, more than we were anticipating. Thank you guys so much for all your questions. And let's go ahead and get started here. So
first question from a familiar name, Crypto Uric, was asking what exchanges we were planning to have Qwoyn available on.
So yeah, we kind of already answered this, talking about the Aquifer module, and we're planning on launching on Osmosis. So since we're a new token, of course, we'll go the Frontier route, but we'll be on Osmosis, and then obviously depending on TVL and trading volume and those kind of things, we'll see where we're at as far as launching on any other exchanges. Yeah, so let me go ahead and read this next one. It's from Yermek, I believe. I'm gonna butcher all of these names probably. So hi team, are you planning to launch the app for Android or iOS? Do you have any plans to launch your own NFT platform? And if so, is it possible to bridge your NFTs to other networks? So the short answer is yes. We would absolutely love to launch this game on Android and or iOS. Obviously, we're still in the very, very beginning stages of development, and we chose the PC route at this stage. So right now we're developing it for PC, but in the future, because it is on Unity, we should be able to launch on Android and iOS. We'll need to consult with the game team about that to see, the kind of a rough timeline of how that works. The NFT platform, no, we are not planning on launching an NFT platform because of interoperability. So one of the great, amazing things of Cosmos is that we are a internet of blockchains. There are plenty of apps, and we did touch on this in the beginning, and I think maybe an interview or two, or even in one of our community calls in the beginning. But we really want to utilize all of the different apps. So why build your own app when one already exists? In this case, multiples exist. So no, we're going to be using the other platforms. So basically, if you come on to the game, you may have the option to purchase NFTs directly from us. It won't be an NFT trading platform, but you'll be able to then transfer those NFTs to either Stargaze or OmniFlix or whatever the latest and greatest is at the time. Yeah, so great question. Thank you very much for that question. The next one. Now, this one, obviously, this is on everybody's mind.
This is from Zeduk or Zeduk 2018 with an emoji. Hi guys, I want to know when beta testing of the game is planned and how will it be possible to participate? Okay, I'm waiting impatiently to study everything with my own hands. And yeah, that's a great question. As there's a few phases right now before we get to public beta testing. One phase of that is right now is building and testing on an ongoing basis with some constrictions in terms of the size of the universe, single player versus multiplayer. Once that's completed, we need to move on to multiplayer testing with a bigger universe. And then finally, that will come to a public beta and soon, or public alpha.
Yeah.
And as soon as we're even getting close to that, we will be letting everyone know in the server, and definitely won't be keeping that a secret. And we'll want a lot of people to beta test, because we'll want to get those numbers in there and people trying everything out and trying to get it to crash, and to find out where things can be improved on. So as soon as that comes, we'll definitely have a little program out there to nudge people into the into beta testing.
As William said, we will be letting everybody know, and of course we'll probably use an ambassador program to reward you guys for testing. So there'll be an incentive to do so. Thank you so much for understanding how the game works and being really excited about it. That makes me happy. Cool. I'll take the next one. Moonshine validation. So another terrific question. Will there be any restrictions, regulations, or protections for small scale / casual players so that whales or guilds don't take over the whole game? I mean, this is obviously a very, very important question. Uh, William and I were talking about this a little bit before the call, and my take on it is that you join a guild and you create a powerful guild. Obviously, not everybody's going to be able to do that. So we have talked about putting in protections such as like newbie only areas where depending on your level, you can't attack certain players, all stuff that's still speculative, that we haven't really quite figured out yet, but it's definitely on our mind because we want everybody to obviously have fun and be able to enjoy the game properly.
And I'd add that we, in addition to this more recent discussions, even in the very early stages, this was already something that was planned. I'm not sure that it didn't make it into the white paper itself because it wasn't something that's pivotal to how the game works. It's just more of a feature or an element inside the game. So that I don't think was covered, but there's definitely a number of factors, like the areas of space and the gap of experience between one player and another, and what they've done versus what the other person has done, that will mitigate the issue where you'd have 5 guys running around that just blow up everybody who's just starting the game. Because in a year from now, if you launch on, let's say, day 1, 100 days later or a year later, you're still going to have new users join the game, and if they're just instantly crushed by everyone else, it's not a really fun game. So that mechanisms like that definitely will be implemented as once we get a little bit closer to.
And we've even explored things like maybe once you get to a certain level, you get to actually go to have access to another universe where more dominant players are maybe on your level, to kind of keep that fun going. So just stuff we've definitely thought about. We've definitely been thinking about that. So great question. Here's a bunch of questions. The next one. So thanks, Moonshine. Egola. What unique gameplay features can players expect to experience in Cosmic Horizon that set it apart from other space trading / conquest MMORPGs in the market? Well, there's only a couple others. They're not built on blockchain. So that's going to be the first thing, obviously. The second thing is that this is a metaverse game. So not only are you playing a game, but you're participating in something that's happening 24/7. You can make your own way inside of the game. Maybe you want to be a trader, maybe you want to be a pirate, and all you do is destroy people and loot their items. Maybe you are about the whole conquest and taking over planets and different sectors. There's a wide range of different styles of gameplay that you can have inside of this game because of the metaverse aspect of it. I think that was probably the most unique part of it all.
And at the end of the day, everything that you accomplish in the game really belongs to you.
Right.
And that's, I think that's, I mean, that's the whole thing with blockchain, blockchain gaming in general. But for what exists in the marketplace today and where things are at, that transparency and real sovereignty over all of your assets, all of your accomplishments, and your avatar and everything that you've done really belongs to you, and you can do with those things whatever you will. Uh,
Right. And obviously the interoperability of Cosmos, that's one thing that most games don't even have. So we've mentioned this in the past, and maybe you haven't heard this, but we're actually building in a function that allows us to, well, one, interact with osmosis via the aquifer module, but two, interact with the regen network. So one of the really cool aspects of the game is that you can create your own planets, you can terraform planets depending on your need of resources. And the way that is done is via retiring regen network eco credits. So so again, like a unique feature of Cosmic Horizon is that we're able to use other applications that aren't even part of gaming. So osmosis doesn't have anything to do with gaming. Regen Network doesn't have anything to do with gaming, but we're able to utilize their blockchains and applications for our purposes and gamify them for them, really. So there's I would say there's a lot of unique aspects to Cosmic Horizon. Another question here. Can you provide more details about the utility and use cases of the Qwoyn token within the Cosmic Horizon ecosystem and how it will empower players and drive the in-game economy?
Firstly, I mean, the coin token is the governance token of the blockchain, but that works in conjunction with the in-game token, which is Coho. And as more games are added to the chain, or there will be similar coin and in-game token LPs. So, for example, if you'd like to, you want to play Coho and you need a little in-game currency, you're going to take some coin, send it through that LP, and you'll get the in-game token, which you can then use in the game. And that's specific to Coho.
So for
Yeah.
the newer players or the newer community members that may not know this, is that there's an in-game liquidity pool, which is set up by Qwyon Studios via the network. So if again, to reiterate what William was saying, in order to actually get Coho, you have to use Qwoyn. So there's not only a governance aspect to it, but also it is the way that you actually get Coho, and vice versa. So
Because as if you accrue Coho throughout the game, and let's say you've got a bag and you want to do something else with it, you could send that through that LP and turn that into coin. And then, of course, through the primary LP, which is USDC pair, you could turn that then into USDC.
right, exactly. Next question is from, I'm just going to say Dan.
Dan Infiata Web 3. I'm guessing that's a fear. Infiata. In the fourth web.
Can you get into the details on how the game interactions work, since approving each transaction per event might not be the best UX? That's a great question. Going to keep going here. Is the game going to be part of an external gaming platform? Perhaps there's Saga, some Saga stuff there. So yeah, let me break this into parts. So I love the question about transactions per event. So the way that we're doing this is one, the game manager module, which is kind of the overseer of the game itself. It it kind of allows and signs transactions for you on kind of the back end a little bit. But what we're going to be doing is every so often you'll be signing a batch of transactions. All of your interactions will also be saved off chain in a database. So the chain will be working in conjunction with an off chain database. So you don't have to sign constantly. We don't really like the idea so much of allowing the game to just sign for you. So you definitely will be signing, but it'll be at points where it's convenient. It won't interrupt your gameplay. For instance, when you log out, you'll sign transactions, or when you log in, you may sign transactions. Then, um, when you do things like trade, you're already accepting a trade and those kinds of things, and you may sign then. So there's different stages throughout the game where you'll be signing. It won't be all the time, because that's exactly not the best UX at all. Is the game going to be part of an external gaming platform? Obviously, if Steam ever wants to get blockchain games on their platform, we'd love to have people be able to download the game from Steam, or something like that. But really, a gaming platform, uh, we are a gaming platform. So I don't really know. I mean, maybe it's more partnerships with others. That's a great question with Saga. So that's exactly where Saga does get involved, is that we're partners with them. We're part of their innovator program, and we have access to other game developers, along with the Cosmos Gaming Alliance. We've got just a big sphere of other game developers and gaming studios, and really, I think the idea here is to keep it decentralized, right? Like, we're doing our thing, there's another game, they're doing their thing, and everybody's kind of sovereign, but also working together in a way. Yeah, so here's a good question. What are some future updates or features you're most excited about? Can you give us a sneak peek into what players can expect from Cosmic Horizon in the near future? Near future,
Oh.
alpha launch for Cosmic Horizon. But really, in the long term, to reiterate the metaverse idea of what Cosmic Horizon actually is and interoperability. So one really kind of unique thing is that with the metaverse and being able to kind of like uh find your own, what's it called, play your own adventure, or whatever it may be,
Choose your own adventure.
choose your own adventure, you can do this inside of Cosmic Horizon. So what you can expect in the future are going to be other games that are interoperable inside of the Cosmic Horizon metaverse. Let's say you're not into the conquest or the trading kind of aspect, or you're getting tired of getting blown up because maybe you're just not invested enough to actually want to, break through that barrier of learning, or whatever it may be. Maybe you're not really so excited about that, but you like racing. So there's going to be a racing game that you'll be able to play. There'll be probably a card game that you'll be able to play. There'll be a farming game that you'll be able to play. The interoperability of that is that the assets inside of those games are going to be able to be used in kind of the other games. So let's use the space racing game as an example. Take your ship, you go into the space racing. You start building up your ship inside of there, gaining different stats. It becomes faster, maybe more powerful. Well, now maybe it's more enticing to go into conquest because now you have this really awesome ship. So you're like, okay, well, I'm done with the racing part. I'm going to start doing conquest again. So you'll be able to kind of upgrade and update your things, and again, they'll be interoperable inside of the different games.
Yeah, and you might just be playing along in one game, whatever it may be, and discover a little item that may only have utility in something else. And then you could take it over there and use that in this new game and have that experience that you want to have. Or, like I said, put it up on the marketplace for someone else that wants that thing, that maybe doesn't play the game that you do, but does play the game where that would apply and wants to have that and would like to have it. And that is something that we kind of hinted at earlier in some of these questions and discussion, but that wild, empowering sort of interoperability just opens all sorts of stuff, even to the point that you could, in theory, there could be other games that are completely unrelated to Cosmic Horizon. Maybe we just have a little friendship with them, not even a partnership. You could design it in some interoperability between assets in those two games. You find an object in whatever, and now you bring it over to Cosmic Horizon, or vice versa. And so that you can have all sorts of new partnerships and just sort of, I guess, fun synergy between other gaming projects in Cosmos going forward. So that's, I think, just that's not the near future, but that's the future.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And yeah, so thank you for that question. And I just wanted to point out we will answer all of your questions. And since there's so many, we'll probably do a short Q&A that's not part of this actual video, but just a kind of a separate video so we can get through all the questions. Cosmic Horizon Guru, or I'm not gonna say favorite, but got you.
Yeah.
We've answered a lot of his questions. One of them that I kind of want to point out, or specifically, is can you detail oh no, it was the very first one. Only way I can see this game not spiking wild is if no one knows about it. What else besides the ambassador program can be done to get the word out? Great question. So what else besides ambassador program to get the word out? So obviously social media tweets and retweets, and really just ramping up our marketing efforts with influencers and YouTubers and those kinds of things. So again, there's some more questions, and we're not trying to skip you guys intentionally. We will do another video where it's just Q&A, and we'll make sure to come back to the questions that we missed. Okay, well, I guess that's about it, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks again for everybody to everybody for your questions, and we'll go ahead and get another Q&A video going so we can answer a lot more. There was a ton, so thank you so much for all of your interest, and I hope this was informative for you guys. I know we briefly explained the Aquifer module, and there's a lot involved with it, so make sure that you do read the document that William wrote up at the link below, and go ahead and ask us any questions about it in the server.
Have
All
a good
right,
night,
great.
everybody.
We'll see you guys later. Yep, bye.